Yo, 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 yo. What's good, my people? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy Jason Gooner. We're back in the building, people. It's a successful weekend for the Gooners, so this show is going to have a much better vibes. Yes, people. You know, it's been a while since we got 3 points in the league, so all my Gooners tuned in right now. Let me see the threes in the comment section. Just drop a three. Three. More. See the three them in the comment section. We got 3 points, people. It's time to celebrate. Yes, Gunners boss early in to give Donkey of the Week to all the Jamaican people who choose Messi over Cavaliers. All right, Gunners boss don't like how the fans turn out in the Messi gears. Man said most Jamaican despise our own nation, and I agree. Well, I don't know if it's that deep, to be honest. I mean, Lionel Messi is a generational football talent, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. I just watched them play Atlanta United, and there were a lot of pink jerseys in the stands. And Atlanta is a very well supported team in the MLS. So I just feel like certain players do go and transcend everything. Same thing happened when Michael Jordan used to go play places. Same thing happened when LeBron go place now. The way how sports are marketed, if you are the best or close to the best, you're going to have fans from cities convert to be fans of them, even when they play their own team. Yeah. Large up, Jason. Come on, you Gooners. Good win for us Gunners today, but we should have peppered them 3-0. Yeah, especially that first half, Miss Molina. I mean, we should have gotten more goals. There was a lot of goal mouth incidents and action, and, you know, one bad touch here, one too much weight on a pass here. Yeah, we should have definitely did them more damage today, Miss Molina. I agree with you. But look, just happy that we got the 3 points. My heart was in my mouth when that Cucurella shot happened. Bless up, Float. What going, bro? Hope all is well, you know. Hope all is well, Float. Hope all is well. I hope you have time to watch the show tonight. Yeah, we're going to go through all the games, of course. Let me just go to the title, the thumbnail. Of course, you know, it's the Week 29 review show. We're going to have the weekly champion and the donkey of the week revealed. That will take place after we talk about all 8 of the Premier League fixtures. We had a bonus match this week. It's the EFL Cup Final. Newcastle take the EFL Cup. That was in the title. So, yeah, we want to congratulate Newcastle, their first title since 1969. Yes, people, 1969. So, big ups to the Magpies getting it done today. Yeah, so that was a big win for them. And, of course, we're going to check in with the FPL, see how that went. I tried a madness. Didn't really work all the way, so it's not looking good for me, people. I'm going to need some craziness to happen for me to get back in this FPL race. But FPL is a crazy thing, and it's possible. Just need to do the right moves. Yeah, Father, hope man no full far loss. I'm not sure if I want to reveal anything. Bless up to the people. Them like up the stream and share the live. Yeah, man, that is it. See the threes on the board. The 3. Yeah, man, drop those 3s on the board. Bless up, actually. What I go on, no, bro. Rather Messi score. Prefer Cavalier. Never been more grateful to see the international break. Yeah, Chile, I feel you. Yeah, I was talking to a City fan at halftime of that game, and I said, yo, all I see is a draw in this game, you know. 2-2, even maybe 3-2, but I'm going to always concede a goal to this team. Watch. Man vexed it, wish for 7-0. Yeah, 7-0 would have been nice. At least, I mean, I agree with Miss Molina. The 3-0, that should have been mandatory. Bless up all. Yeah, man, Miss Melina blessing up everyone. You want to give Miss Melina strength as well. You know, she have her own show, create content. Guna herself. Yeah, recently, I think it was 5K you were celebrating, Miss Melina. Let me know. Maybe I'm shortchanging your subscribers, but Miss Melina doing her thing, people. Very good content, very knowledgeable about the team and everything. So give Miss Melina a strength. Ross, just give me donkey and done. Nitro, it was not a good week for you, my brother. And I like Chile, who been in win, can't get wins. Yeah. Actually say I'm glad for the international break, you know. Gunners! Bless up Duke, Wagwan. If only we could have played Leicester every week, eh? Every team want Leicester line up for play them every week, star. Good win, United. Bad win for Arsenal. It's not like the win will advance the club to top spot. Man, them a front runner. Yeah, look, at this point, I mean, you have to play what's in front of your Gunners, boss. And yes, right now it's like, 12-point gap. Now we both play the same amount of games. So it's really a 12-point gap. And the main thing, you don't want a situation where we drop to third, we drop to fourth. Oh, we're right at fourth and fifth, because there's a lot of logjam right there where we are. So winning, keeping that 4-point gap with Nottingham Forest, I think is important, Gunners, boss. So look, it's not what we're after to start the season, but we have Madrid coming up. You just want to keep that feel-good factor. So wins are wins, Gunners, boss. But I overstand same time where I say Newcastle win a title since 1969. There's hope for England. Exactly. Actually, I saw another quote that was interesting. Let's see if I can find it. I sent it into a couple of groups I'm in. Yeah, so it said Eddie Howe is the first English manager to win either the FA Cup or League Cup since Harry Redknapp with Portsmouth in 2008. That's when Harry Redknapp won the FA Cup. And he said he's the first to do so in the League Cup since Steve McLaren with Middlesbrough in 2004. So yeah, there you go. You see Timber, Mac, Enzo, Torati. Yeah. What I'm saying? Try harder. Yeah, I saw that meme making the rounds already. All over Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Red Skull. Yeah, man, Red Skull now pull no punches, brother. Yeah, you did, Chili. You did predict the draw. You almost got the score right, but you did predict the draw. Big up Talawa TV. Another one you need to give strength to as well. Link up our channel and like it up. Drop a subscription quick and fast to Talawa TV and Miss Melina. Love how the girls them a turn out. That's wonderful. Cheeky 3 points today. Yeah, I think 1-0 to the Arsenal is the song of the day, right? A song we're familiar with as Gunners fans. Can I say I predicted a draw? Yeah, you did. Gunners boss say England have 0 chance of winning that World Cup. Tuchel a good cup coach, man. If them and I feel like it's good that I don't think he's gonna really be swayed by anything other than picking the team that him think is the best team. I think sometimes English managers fall into a lot of things, like club, and I don't know. I feel like England going to have another good run at the major tournament again. Yeah, man, Talawa, I don't know. Growth is important. All right, so let's not hitch people. Let's get right into the football. No need to wait. So we had 8 fixtures in the Premier League, as I said before. Let me get my backdrop looking right. Don't know we're repping every time. Well, I'm right, because England not qualify yet, so 0 chance. All right. If you want to be literal, that is it. Gibbs White replaced Palmer. Okay. That's actually good, because I was wondering how Gibbs White not in there to begin with. I mean, surely he would have to be there over Curtis Jones at this current time. Jones is a good player. But if you're going to pick Palmer just due to, obviously, Palmer being just an incredible talent, even if he's not in the best form, then, if you're going off of form, I don't know, Gibbs White to me, and one of the best form players in the league right now, carrying Nottingham Forest in that midfield. Coaches not play games, England lacking in talent. I don't think they're lacking in talent. I think their defense, they could use some help in defense. But I think their midfield and their attack is pretty damn good, if you ask me. Um, and I don't really rate Pickford so highly, but he turns up in the big tournaments, so they'll always have a chance. Big up Pristine, Wagwan. Always supporting. Always here telling people to like, share, and subscribe. And thanks again for the membership. Palmer got injured. Well, he was out of the game against Arsenal today, so yeah. I guess he picked up a knock on Thursday, I guess, or in training. All right, so let's pull up the first fixture. It was Everton and West Ham. This match ended 1-1 in a draw. Everton, not for the first time under David Moyes, having some injury time heroics. They were able to tie up this match in the 90+1. Jake O'Brien getting that header after a good volley back across the goal by Idrissa Gana. And that cancelled out a goal from Thomas Soucek in the 67th minute after good work by Bowen on the left wing. Whipped it in, and Soucek, a player that, when you look at his profile, his body type, you wouldn't think that he would be so proficient turning up in the box. And sometimes, we're used to seeing him doing it with his head, but this time, he showed good agility, good skill, good technique to control in tight space, open up his body, and finish past Pickford. So this one ended 1-1. I thought this was a game of spells for me. In the first half, I thought Everton was the slightly better team. Second half, I would say it was more even. West Ham starting out the second half a bit the better side, and then Everton seeking that equalizing goal really put the pressure on them late in the game. It was a game of limited big chances, only one apiece per team. As you can see, the expected goals pretty close as well. Everton with the slight edge there at 1 goal. West Ham at 0.83. Shots were pretty close, 13-10 in favor of the home side. Passes pretty close as well. That's attempted passes, 488 to 430. Shots on target were dead even though, 5 apiece. Let's see some of the other main attacking stats. Touches in the penalty area, Everton and West Ham very close there. The one big chance was converted by Everton. And then the one big chance that fell to West Ham was missed. So final third entries, Everton had the edge there, 63-46. Duels pretty even. Dribbles. Both keepers had a decent game. 9 saves between them had to be made. And then we look at the individuals in this game. The player of the match based on the statistics would have been Charlie Alcaraz from Everton. O'Brien was close with his goal. Soucek as well, 7.6, highest on West Ham. Bowen getting the assist. So yeah, points shared at Goodison Park. This is the last fixture that West Ham will play at Goodison Park. Everton will be moving to a new stadium. So for a lot of these teams, it's the last trip that they'll make to this particular stadium. And they have their final game there end in a draw. So Everton have cooled off a little bit after that really hot stretch they had, but still unbeaten. If you look at their recent fixtures, that's 4 draws on the bounce now. So yeah, I think that's about 6 or 7 games unbeaten for Everton, and they are very comfortable now, knowing that their safety is pretty imminent. Even if they were to collapse, I don't see any of the teams in the relegation zone getting enough points to make up the difference. So Everton will be in the Premier League to open their new stadium. I know around, week 15, 20 of this season, it was looking like that was not a foregone conclusion for them to open up this brand new stadium in the Championship. So Yeah, good that they've been able to turn it around. Not good for my prediction preseason though, because I had Everton going down this year. But yeah, that did not happen. Gunners boss, two final, one semi-final, a quarter final in last four. Yeah, man. Gunners boss can go and talk. I think they're okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it from the Everton West Ham game. A very even game. If you look at even the scores of the players that played for both teams, dead even, 7.06 to 7.05. So I think a draw probably a very fair result when you look at the stats and the overall metrics in the game. And I think both teams had some good spells, so they would think that they should get something out of the game. So not every time football works this way, but I think the football gods got it right this time with a 1-1 result. The next fixture we're going to talk about is Nottingham Forest. Now, when this game was over, I was thinking to myself, boy, am I so right? A few weeks back, I think it was after the West Ham game, I said, boy, right now it's looking like we need to start worrying about the coefficient and if fifth place will get us in the Champions League, because I was looking at the table after that game and thinking, boy, a couple more lean results and these guys win some games. We can easily be down to fifth and fourth in no time. Well, my fears became closer to reality after I saw this result. It was 3-0 at halftime, and I was thinking, how much are they going to put past Ipswich today? Ipswich, though, to their credit, answered back in the second half, even scoring to make it 3-1 first before, of course, going all out to try to get some more goals and getting hit on the counter attack by Jota Silva and Morgan Gibbs White. But Elanga with a brace, Milenkovic all in a 6-minute span, made the game pretty much looking like it was over from halftime. And those three goals really came after a spell of sustained pressure by Nottingham Forest as well. Again, proving on the counter and in transition, they are one of the deadliest teams in the Premier League. The first goal came courtesy of a set piece, Milenkovic, basically on the second phase of a set piece, controlling and finishing well in the box. Elanga's first goal was a beautiful finish from a tight angle. The second one he scored was basically Route 1 football. Chris Wood just basically occupying space, bringing up the centre backs for Elanga to then run in behind, take a touch and finish past the goalkeeper. So, not very scientific, but very effective. Milenkovic got the player of the match for this one. Elanga not too far behind that. Milenkovic did have an assist as well on one of those direct passes over the top. And Gibbs White again producing something, whether it's a goal or assist, with the assist for the fourth goal, excuse me. Yeah, so let's look at the overall stats in the game as well. Possession slight edge going to Ipswich there, 56 to 44. Expected goals 1.52 to 0.42, and that's something I've noticed with Nottingham Forest. They always, well, not always, but a lot of the times they will perform much better than their expected goals. So they score 4 and only had an expected of 1.52. They created 3 big chances, didn't concede any big chances on the day. The first goal by Ipswich, I have to say, was a brilliant goal too by Cahuste, their midfielder. Brilliant finish. Both teams had 11 shots. Goalkeepers didn't have to save much, or well, didn't make many saves. 2 for Ipswich and 1 for Forest. Shots on target 6 to 4 in favor of Nottingham Forest. Touches in the area 19 to 12. 3 big chances all scored. That's what I mean about clinical. 58, 52 in entries, so not that far apart as far as that's concerned. And as you can see, even though they scored 4 goals, not really living in the opponent's defensive third or anything, just going in there when they need to and being effective when they get in there. That is really what they're about. Efficiency. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Both goalkeepers, not their best days inside the goal. Sells at a 5.9, Palmer at a 6.3. Why was sell so low? Just never stop anything. One save. Yeah, so that was it, people. 4-2. Nottingham Forest cruise. No fight really being shown at all this weekend by the relegation teams. Three, I think, going down with losses again. And that's been happening quite frequently in this Premier League season of late. Now, this probably was the pick of the matches in this time slot on Saturday. This was Man City and Brighton, and the game did not disappoint. It was a very entertaining watch. This one ending 2-2. Goals from Erling Haaland, Pervis Estupinian, and Omar Marmoush in the first half, giving City a 2-1 halftime lead, and then the own goal from Kusanov after a set piece made it 2-2, and that's how the game ended in this one. Let's just take a look at the stats before we look at anything else. First, let me check in with the chat, make sure. Where say Buhari had the perfect one for replace him. Didn't I just watch Buhari the other day? Which team I was watching him play for? Just watch him play a game. It was Lille. Yeah, it was Lille. But him not really I mean, I don't know if him is a holding midfielder though. I mean, he can play there. Yeah, the man value a skyrocket, brother. Go from 6 to 10. How old him is? 17. Bomba. Yo. So him can play for. I'm seeing something there. Morocco. Jeez. I wonder if them going to get him. Morocco would cap him. Him have 2 caps for France under 21. Yo, the man market value skyrocket from October to December, brother. Probably gone up again. But yeah, him bad still. No, man, I watch him play, man. Cause I remember the other day, Lille and Dortmund was the early game, and him start and play. So I watch him, man. And you know, so when I watch a game, I pray, I say, me actually look him up, you know. But me never even say he was 17. Cause I want to see which position him play, because him did a play like a box-to-box type of role. But to me, he did look a little more comfortable in the attacking third, to me, from the one game I'm watching play. Like him look like him want to create. Hold on the people. All right, people. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this is the fixture that we're gonna get to now. This is the City versus Brighton game. This was at the Etihad, of course. 60% possession to City, 40 to Brighton. This game was a back and forth affair. A lot of actions around the goal. As you can see, the expected goals for both teams pretty high: 2.04 to Brighton, 1.72 to City. 6 big chances fell to Brighton, 4 to Man City. They were outshot 15 to 11 were Man City. Only 2 saves made for all of those shots and big chances by Man City's keeper on the day. That was Stefan Ortega. 1 save for Verbruggen. They had 1 more corner, did Brighton. passes. City had the edge there. Attempted passes. Brighton made 10 more tackles. They had 5 yellow cards to 2 for Man City, so it was a very rough game as well. 3 shots on target by both teams. City hit the woodwork as well on the day. City favored their left side. Brighton the same with Mitoma. Let's see. So Brighton missed all of their big chances on the day. City missing 3 of their 4. Edging the touches in the penalty area went to City. Final third entries, 46 for City, 36 for Brighton. So the defenses really struggled in this game. Not even that many entries and so many big chances. And you see the errors. So both defenses, as I said, showing signs of leakiness. 2 errors leading to shots on City side, 1 error leading to a shot on the side of Brighton. And they had 1 error that led to an actual goal, did Brighton. Both keepers in the negative for goals prevented, so you know they didn't have the best day. When you look at the individuals that played the game, this is how the stats look. Omar Marmoush was the man of the match based on the statistics. He had a brilliant goal. His goal in the first half, controlling well, taking it out of his feet and just powering it low to basically the near post, kissing off the post and going in. Brilliant shot. And Haaland got the penalty before that to start the scoring in the game. Estupinian had an excellent goal as well. Ortega maybe can be asked, questions can be asked of Ortega on that one. Not sure what had Chile and some other people that saw that goal think about that one, but it was a brilliantly placed shot, but surprising that Ortega, who is guarding that side of the goal, was so late to react and wasn't even anywhere close to the ball at all. Just not sure if he had a clear view or what was going on, but it didn't seem like the best goalkeeping, but not taking anything away from Estupinian with the strike. And then Kusanov a bit unlucky for his own goal as Hinselwood controlling the box and looked ready. Well, actually put it towards the goal, but I guess the angle showed that it was going to go wide, so it was adjudged to be our own goal for Kusanov after it entered the back of the net. Savinho had a poor one today, 6.0, and he missed 2 of those big chances that were missed. I think Haaland might have missed one too. No, he didn't. Didn't create one either. So who had the misses? Was it Nico? Yep, Nico missed one. Hit the woodwork. Must have missed that one. Yeah, Chile said Ortega, poor for the first goal. The City CB looks mad when that own goal scored, but just wondering if the fan bullying him online about it. I don't know. Seems like he was thinking the ball going out of play. Yeah, he was misjudged because he looked so surprised when he see the ball hit the post and go in. So I'm just like, he must never have him bearings or something. I don't know. So Ruta had that error, which led to that second goal. And Minte, who has been playing well of late, missed one of the big chances that were missed. Baliba. So Pedro, who has been on fire of late, he missed a big chance in this one. Created one as well, though. And Mitoma, been playing much better of late. He missed a big chance. So basically, all the attacking players that played had a chance fall to them and could not convert it. City will look back at this one and they had their own missed chances. We don't want to act like that didn't happen as well. But I just feel like this City team defensively just at no point this season have really been able to figure things out. Um, they had when you look at the stats, they had the edge in possession, but maybe City teams of yesteryear, that 60% is more like 65 or 68. You're definitely not giving up six big chances at home. So, it's just a different looking City at the moment, and I think that bears out in the table. The fact that they're so far off the pace this season. The writing has kind of been on the wall this season so far. When you look at this backline, Vardial, Diaz, Kusanov, Rico Lewis, I don't think going into this season, well, obviously you couldn't have thought that that would be the team. Plus Ortega in goal, taking over for Edison, um, who is injured right now and out. But even still, there have been times when Edison is around and Ortega has played this year. So I just think Pep has been trying to seek answers that maybe aren't currently in the team. Um, but yeah, they're gonna have to figure things out if they want to, solidify themselves as a Champions League team, because there is really no room to have any bad stretches right now in this Premier League. When you look at how tight it is in that area, Fulham with a win this week, now just 3 points off City. So there's a lot of teams right there, the Aston Villas of the world, the Bournemouths of the world, who are having a terrible run of form right now. And 2 wins on the bounce for Brentford. No movement by those teams right there, and they're in the mix as well. So, look, it's it's getting tight. It's getting tight for those Champions League places, and teams will be looking to find some kind of momentum to separate themselves. Not necessarily to catch Liverpool at this point, because I think that ship has sailed. But yeah, it is very lucrative for these teams in and around that area, especially some of those teams that aren't normally in that level of competition. When you're talking about the Brightons, the Fulhams, the Bournemouths of the world, they'll really be wanting to, take their clubs to the next level, and that is something that will take your club to the next level playing in the Champions League, or it should. I think we saw evidence of that this season with Newcastle. They made it to that threshold of the Champions League, and maybe just those nights on the road in the Champions League, this team, kind of the same team that kind of got them there for the most part, they would have been galvanized, gained some experience, and maybe that helped them get over the line in a game like today. Who knows? But Newcastle definitely is a team that, once they figure out the books and can spend their money the way that I think they want to, then they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. And I think some of these windows coming up will really be telling for Newcastle. Um, can they hold on to the Isaks and the Bruno Guimaraes of the world and really continue to build that team? Actually, it's a Kusanov own goal, but can't bash him too much, because this man been defending sometimes by himself for about 4 games now. But that's good, Chile, that you can see that there is aspects of his game that are good. Because a lot of times when you get an own goal, you might get a 5 point something, but he's still at a 6.4, so not terrible. My wingers have no damn end product. Yeah. And it's funny because when you look at City of the past, right? We're talking about end product kings at wing, like Sterling in his prime, Leroy Sane, Riyad Mahrez, like play every other game and still score 10 goals, 10 assists on them something there. I mean, a lot of those guys were really clinical. Even Jesus on his best days for City was a good end product player from the flank. So yeah, I think maybe Jack Grealish signaled the change to the dark side. Yeah, Marmoush looks the real deal for sure. Still just into the Prem, defensively weak. Yeah, I think the physicality sometimes, the pace of it. I think sometimes like he seems a little rushed. He's just not quite up to the pace. But I see potential. I think he should probably not play centre back though. I think he should play where Rico Lewis plays. But I think they're just down so many centre backs, he kind of has to play there. Doku and Savino just need to get their passing in the final third on point more even. Them still young. That's true. Doku is what, 22? and Savinho like 20 or 21. Yo, Jordan, what going? Yeah, it's definitely a whole team thing for sure. Kusanov has been great so far, and he can't even speak English. Yeah, I just think it's a bit much right now. Everything that's going on, no English, new league, faster pace. Yeah, because sometimes him just look a bit shell shocked. But you can see him have natural ability for sure. But yeah, that was it, man. To all City fans, probably not so happy with that result, but could have been worse for you guys, man. If Brighton felt like doing anything and actually finishing their dinner. All right, let's go down to the next match. This match was also in that 11 o'clock my time, 10 o'clock Jamaica time slot. This one was Wolves and Southampton. So I went ahead in FPL and picked up Strand Larson just because I said, yo, Southampton is horrible, man. And it paid off. He scored 2 goals in this one, and of course had to leave the field of play with an injury late. Hopefully that's nothing bad because Wolves have some nice fixtures coming up. So, well, it's the break coming up now, so he should be good by the time the break is over, hopefully. But yeah, 2 goals from Strand Larson did the difference. Not either side, but one in the first half, 19th minute, and then 2 minutes after the restart, finishing again. First one, a brilliant header after a cross by Bellegarde, and the second one, also a pass from Bellegarde, just simple control and finish through the legs. Kind of unsighted the goalkeeper a bit. Ramsdale could not get to it, 2-0, and then they showed some life after Dibbling hit the post. Substitute Onuachu running into finish, and yeah, they tried towards the end of the game, couldn't really create anything clear cut, and that was all she wrote. The match ended 2-1 to Wolves. Southampton didn't play horribly though. I mean, they for long stretches they had the better of play. But I just don't know if they created enough clear cut chances. Um, well, maybe they did enough to probably get a point in the game, to be honest. But the difference was just in that striker area, and Strand Larson, while hasn't hit you know lit up the Premier League. Definitely, you can see a competent striker in there. I just think different reasons. He's been in and out in terms of his injuries. Then when Cunha was on fire, he wasn't playing. He's never really been able to link up with Cunha enough, I think. Cunha now suspended while he's back and scoring a few goals. So um, I don't know. I like the player. I think for his size, he's pretty technical. Not the fastest in the world, but not slow either. Very, very good in the air. So if he can supply some delivery, then he can, direct and put power on those headers, which we saw today. But yeah, Southampton going back down to the championship. This was the stats. They had the higher expected goals, did Southampton. They had 2 more big chances created as well. So, they did do something in the game, as I said, but too little, honestly, to win the game. They only had 3 of their shots on target. Big chances missed, as you can see, 2, and that was a big. They needed at least one of those to go to get a point, which wouldn't really do them much help anyway. They need wins. They had more entries as well, 57 to 38. But I think Wolves basically in that second half, before they got that goal, was just trying to see out the game. Didn't really go for it after going up 2-0. And maybe that's not the smartest tactic, but it's understandable. They need the points as well. They are just above that relegation zone. In fact, they're the closest team to the relegation zone, not in it. So, yeah, they need to continue to stretch that margin. And this is one of those teams that could potentially chase them. So, it was a game that they really needed all 3 points in if they wanted to just get that, breathe a little bit easier than how they have been able to. But yeah, man of the match goes to Strand Larson with his 2 goals, and that was the difference in the game. So Wolves get a good result, positive result. They need the 3 points to stay away from the likes of Ipswich and Leicester, as they are still stuck in the mud, but they want to get as far from that mud as possible. And they took a step towards that with a 2-1 win over the last place club in the league, Southampton. So Wolves getting all 3 points. I think they just have one more fixture to play before they get back Mateus Cunha. Um, and it's another winnable game for them. So we'll see how far they can get from that relegation zone. Last game of the day was Bournemouth and Brentford. Now, if you watch my preview show, people, we always look at the history of the teams and in the Premier League, how they have fared. And I want to say that these teams only have played 5 games in the Premier League, or maybe 6. And Brentford is unbeaten against Bournemouth in these fixtures. Bournemouth has never beaten Brentford in the Premier League. And I remember when we were doing our predictions, I ended up going with a 2-all, and I was saying I was leaning towards a Bournemouth win, but due to these statistics, I don't think that they're going to win. It's just, for whatever reason, this team have a voodoo on them. Well, I should have trusted the voodoo even more, because Brentford turned them over 2-1. They scored courtesy of an own goal by Vitaly Janelt after a good start to the game from them. Kirkes again supplying the cross that would have found, I believe it was Evan Nielsen to finish, but it was blocked, and the block ended up in the goal. Then Wissa scored from a corner. Poor goalkeeping, I thought, from Kepa on that play. Just went for a ball he had no business getting to. And Wissa jumped really high up to get that one into the far post. And then Norgard scored in the second half, a bit against the run of play, to be honest. But they were able to hold that advantage till the end after some decent moves by Bournemouth in that final phase of the game, which would have given me my 2-2 prediction, but it wasn't meant to be. Before I go through the stats, let me just check in. Not so happy and not so surprised. Prediction spot on. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Sometimes sometimes you have to take in them data, because this played out just like that, man. Even at times when it looked like Bournemouth must win, must score, there was just something. Well, not something. Um, Brentford's goalkeeper again, Flecken. I feel like he's been one of the most consistent keepers this season in the Prem. And he's always been second string, even third string lately for the Netherlands. But I think he has been playing better than Verbruggen this season. So I'm curious to see what Coleman does in the international window with the Netherlands goalkeeper situation. So I'll be looking at that myself personally. So yeah, big chances in the game: 3 to Bournemouth, 2 to Brentford. Bournemouth had 7 more shots, the high expected goals as well: 1.67 to 0.83. 5 saves for Flecken, 2 for Verbruggen. I mean, not Verbruggen, for Kepa. 4 corner kicks to Bournemouth, 3 to Brentford. Bournemouth had 138 more passes attempted. They had 3 yellow cards, none for Brentford. Shots on target 5 to 4 in favor of Bournemouth. They did hit the woodwork once as well. I think that was Christie with a left-footed effort. Big chances scored, both of them, 2. All 3 of the big chances created by Bournemouth were missed. Touches in the area, Bournemouth had more, 44 to 26. Final third entries, 71 to 61. So both teams getting a decent amount of entries. Slight edge to Bournemouth. But yeah, this game definitely was a good game, a good watch. A bit of a smash and grab, honestly. I don't think Brentford really created much by way of chances, but anytime they had a big chance, they scored. Bournemouth were able to create 3 and never got any of them in the goal. So just was not meant to be for Bournemouth on this day. Beginning to think there is some kind of curse on them against this team, because on another day, Bournemouth probably wins the game, but not today. It wasn't meant to be. Norgard got the player of the match. Wissa was next. And Boomer continues his streak of getting something away from home, whether it's a goal or an assist. And Brentford roll along. I think that is how many? That is what? 3 wins in their last 5. So they have been steadily climbing up that table. I think that put them up to about 11th now in the league, something like that. We'll look at the table in just a minute, but yeah, Brentford getting the better of Bournemouth. Of course, it's the international window approaching. So Ethan was out there today. He played the full 90, has been starting since he's been back. He came on at halftime in a game and has been starting ever since. He was dribble past once, which you don't see much. Typically, he's always been, whenever he plays games, one of the most that clear the ball. He tends to have a magnet on his feet and head when he's in that box and crosses come in. He did block a shot as well, didn't make a tackle or an interception. He was over 200 ground duels, but dominant in the air, 5 out of 6 won. Lost the ball 9 times out of 46 touches. Not the best from him, usually better retention from him, 72% passing. Went long 8 times and was successful 4 of those 8. So Pinnock with a 6.9 right on the edge of a very good game. But solid just the same. But yeah, Norgard getting the player of the match. Kepa, I thought, at fault again. Cost them points last week, cost them points this week again. On his decision on the corner, I thought was poor. So Kepa, after having a long spell of really good form, kind of, going back to some of the things that plagued him in the past. Consistency has pretty much always been an issue for him, and that looks like it has continued. Cunha suspended because in the FA Cup game that they played, he lost his head and like thump somebody in his head. I forget what player it was, but yeah, they got into a little thing and the man just like fist him in the back of his head. So yeah, I think him get like 5 game or 6 game or something like that. But yeah, it was deserved though. When him do it, I was already like, all right, there goes my fantasy team, because he was doing a lot for me in this fantasy league, trust me. All right, Arsenal, Chelsea, as we move into the Sunday fixtures. This one was at the Emirates this morning, and as you can see, it was 1-0. Mikel Meshmarino with the goal. Came courtesy of a corner, so Set Piece FC was back today. He over gets his bonus. But yeah, this was the 1-0, and this is how the stats looked. 59% to the away team, 41% to Arsenal. So Chelsea had more of the ball. 0.71 expected goals to just 0.36 for Chelsea, though. So not creating much with that possession advantage. We had 4 more shots total, 12-8. 4 saves made by Sanchez, 2 by Raya. 5 corners to 4 in favor of Arsenal. They had about 150 more attempted passes. Both teams getting 3 yellow cards. Arsenal attacked way more down the right-hand side. Chelsea way more down the left. We had 17 more touches inside the penalty area. Final third entries, remarkably, Chelsea doubled up Arsenal 78-39. That is amazing. How they had all those entries and their expected goals was nothing. That's crazy. Chelsea going a little more direct today. Didn't want to get caught in our press. Arsenal dominating the duels, ground duels, and areas with a over 50% marker. Had 10 more recoveries. So overall, the work rate of the team really helped us out. They had 2 errors leading to shots. We had 1. Our keeper prevented 0.2. Theirs was in the negative. He did make 1 big save though, did Sanchez. And that was pretty much it for the stats of the teams. Now let's take a look at the individuals in the game. Only 2 subs made by Arteta today. Full complement used by Enzo Maresca. Man of the match could have gone between Marino and Declan. They were at 7.4. Marino gets the nod due to the goal. Odegaard got the assist from the corner. Odegaard had to come off. Martinelli also came off in the 79th. Didn't look anything too serious, but he's just coming back. So we hope that everything is good with him. Newly newly called up Miles Lewis Kelly had a solid performance. I thought Timber, this does make sense. I thought he was the best of the back four, really dominant on that right side. Gabriel and Saliba, usual solid performances. And Raya did make one crazy mistake, but everything else he did was really good. Um, yeah, everything else he did was really good. Almost fumbled the ball into the goal from a Cucurella volley. Um, but yeah, Chelsea, toothless. No Palmer, no Jackson. Definitely just looking a lot different compared to what they normally look like. As I said, the expected goals down. Arsenal's were down as well, but that's kind of to be expected with the way that we have been attacking lately and the players that we have. This was the average positions on the pitch, so as you can see, territorially playing basically like a 2-3-5 almost. With the Martinelli being the most advanced player, and then Chelsea, you could see they kind of kept their back three intact for the most part. But as you can see, no width on that right hand side. So everything was coming down the left. And for Arsenal, a much better balance as far as width on both wings from Lewis Kelly and from Timber on the other wing. So yeah, Arsenal, I think, had a much better showing in the first half. That was when I thought we were a bit wasteful. If you look at the breakdown of the two halves, that should tell you that story as well. The problem is neither one of the two teams were able to carve out anything. No big chances at all from either team. So yeah, it was a lot of huffing and puffing that first half for Arsenal, but I thought that first 25-30 minutes was the best football we played in the game, and that was when I thought we should have definitely capitalized some more, get a few more goals. But Chelsea did try. I thought the end of the first half was when they came closest, and towards the end of the game, they really went a little harder for that equalizer, but really we kept them at bay for the most part and didn't really suffer any huge damage, get carved open or anything like that. So good showing, definitely at this stage. You just want to make sure that you're getting 3 points. You want to keep that distance. You don't want it to be a situation where the title goes and we just nosedive down the table. If second is the highest we can finish currently, let's try to achieve that at least. Keep the confidence up. We do go into the international break. When we come back, we'll have the midweek fixtures, then the weekend fixtures, and then we go right back into the Champions League first and second leg. So, this is gonna be hopefully a successful break for the players in terms of all the internationals we have, like Gabriel. Martinelli was called for Brazil as well. Odegaard, of course, with Norway. Timber with the Netherlands. Saliba with France. Declan and Skelly with England. Trossard with Belgium if he's called and in check. Marino, don't know if he's in Spain's team, but we'll see. Partey, I'm sure, has Ghana duties to take care of. Raya with Spain. So a lot of players will be in action. I'll be watching with bated breath, making sure that nobody is injured. We can't really afford that right now. Hopefully everybody can get through the window just right so that when they forward, we're good to go. Chelsea, what can I say? As I said, no Sanchez, no Palmer, no Nicholas Jackson, definitely not the same team. In Kunku, it needs to be studied how little he has been able to give to this Chelsea team. Like coming in from Leipzig, I always thought this player was going to just be such a great signing, but I guess being in and out, getting injured his first season, now coming back, he just never has returned to the levels that we saw, when he was in Germany. So I don't know. Jadon Sancho, not consistent enough. And Neto, after some decent performances, has had a few lean ones as well. So yeah, it's a lot to work on for Chelsea. You look at the back line, Colwill, Badia Shield. How good are these players? Fafana I think is good, but will he be fit? Um, Reece James, Maresca seems to want to play him in midfield, um, which I don't have an issue with. I think he's technical enough, but again, Reece James, another one. Will he be fit? So a lot of question marks for this Chelsea team moving forward. I think we have seen the good and the bad of Chelsea this year. So yeah, big up BM, big up BM. Isn't Gordon from Newcastle suspended for losing his head too, or he didn't react the same? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the same type of thing, and it was in the FA Cup. Same type of thing. He lost his head as well. Like, he punch him? I forget what he did exactly, but same type of lose him head thing. Yeah. You need Raheem Sterling. Five players that impress you so far this season. Like random players or any player? Just any players at all? It's random. All right, so I think of five off top of my head. Damsgaard from Brentford, rated, good player. Um, it's another player and I'm gonna say five players like I wasn't expecting to make me feel like that. And this is kind of maybe like prisoner of the moment thing, but Marmouche, bro. I know what he was keeping up over Frankfurt because he was banging in the goals, but I didn't think it would just be so fast and so easy. Like he does not look like he needed any type of time to get used to anything. The man just hit the ground and just say, yo, this is how me play, this is how good I am. Watch this. So Marmouche surprised me, I rate him. Another player, Hudson Odoi. So surprised what this brother been up to this season. I literally thought, yeah, that's it. No, I wouldn't. I would take him as a squaddy, honestly, on my team. So Callum Hudson-Odoi is another one that impressed me. Another one too, same team, Murillo, centre back, rate him, good player, definitely. And the last one, Morgan Rogers. Even though he's been up and down a bit of late, that started the season and what he was doing in the beginning and even to this day still doing in certain aspects of the game. So just off the top of my head, five players where maybe going into the season I wasn't like looking at. We'll have to give some ratings to Damsgaard, Marmouche, Hudson Odoi, Murillo, and Rogers. Yeah. And that's just five randoms. But good question still. Nice exercise. 20 minutes into the game, I realized I was hating on the wrong team. Forgot I was supposed to be supporting Arsenal. No thanks. Raheem is a club hero, yes, but on a theme time now. Saka will be back to beat Real Madrid. Nitro, I pray. Night Crew, big up. I was listening to one of your recent videos. You mentioned your daughter games coming up. How did that go? Position she playing? Mine just started playing. Oh, all right. Thanks for asking, Charles. So today she had her second game. She playing this league called the Southern Clubs Champions League. So she playing the Georgia U11 division, and she played against a team from out of Atlanta. They came to our home today, and they drew 2-2. She plays centre back and midfield, but today she was playing centre back. So yeah, they were down 2-1 at halftime still, and then they equalized early in the second half. And to be honest, I would say like they had maybe one chance after that, and we had maybe two or three. Two ball go across the box and water knee miss kick. Just couldn't get it in the goal star. Julie had one from a corner as well. She redirected towards the goal, and then like the rebound came out, and she catch the volley, but it hit right off of the keeper's head and ricochet out. But in a goal that would have go. Keeper never know nothing about it. But yeah, it was an exciting game still. Just glad them get a point. Them, I think they're fifth in the table. It's a 10-team table. And them play 2 games, them gone 1 win. Them win them first game 3-love. And then them draw today 2-all. So them only play 2 games, and a lot of other teams play 3 and 4, and they're fifth right now. So yeah, them start out pretty good still. Even with Palmer, they get smoke. Yeah, true. And Nkunku proved that Prem is much harder. Yeah, but explain Marmoush coming from that same league, and him not look like Prem harder for him. We will beat Real. All right, Nitro. Just pray he back stronger. Yeah, for real. Or in the EPL overall. Yeah, those are 5 players that have impressed me this season. Based on how they always find a way to win, don't bet on it. No. Well, I know Arsenal have to give the fans hope first before them fail. So let the man believe. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what fans there for, you know. Look, I'm working on the two-sided, the two-footed CB thing. Definitely, that's literally all I preach. Left foot, left foot, left foot. One thing I'm rate though, even though it's not as strong as the right and as good, she finally start at least trust it enough to not make a bad decision by crossing over her right foot over the left. Like we noticed she stopped doing that now. She used to always do that and it get her into trouble sometimes. But I tell her, say, oh, just swing the left over and over, keep swinging it, and eventually you'll see how easy it is. It just become natural. I tell her sometimes with the left foot, I used to like about my left foot, even though it was my weaker foot. Even though that was one thing I pride myself on. My left foot shot just as strong, just about, and I catch it right. But with my left foot, it was always a little more accurate because I think I paid more attention to my technique when I was using my left foot. Because I know it will require perfect technique to get the type of power we need. I used to find that my left foot used to be more accurate when I was shooting sometimes. And I think it was down to mechanics. Yeah, man. I basically kind of coach it out of her. Like, I just think because she has a really strong kick, she doesn't like the fact that the left foot can't quite do the things that the right can do. But may I tell her you can still use it, and that is what's going to grow the power in that foot. The more comfortable you get with it, the more you realize, oh, it's basically the same thing, but with your right, you just tend to swing harder and your ankle muscles and everything work in sync a little better because it's more coordinated. So once you train that left foot to be just as coordinated, you'll get there. Obviously, it will take some years, but start them now, as you say. Create the good habits from now. But yeah, thanks for asking, Charles, and that's how it did go. It was 2-all. Good game. Yo, the coach, as a matter of fact, the coach should have the video, you know. I tape the game. I wonder if him send the parents the game or what. Probably not still because you know the video pick up everything, you know, like everything everybody saying, you know, man. One night time then I cuss the other team coach. So the man might not put it out. I don't know. Maybe I hope he does. I'm gonna actually text him and ask him please to put it out or send it to me at least so we can watch it. Cause the first game he put out and I was able to watch it again. So yeah. Yeah man, it's comfort. It's comfort. And she very hard on herself gig, so she have high standards for herself. So like she know the right foot will get the job done. She not trust the left. So most of the time she just do what she know I go work, you know. May I try tell her like don't try to stay even keel as possible. Don't get too high, don't get too low, cause she really hard on herself, bro. So that next play mentality may I try to get her in, you know, like we're gone already, you can't do nothing about it. You learn from it, move on to the next one. But she'll get better at that still. Honestly, she'll get a lot better at that. But it's something where we've been working on, you know. But yeah, Arsenal, 3 points. I wish it meant more to the league table, but it means something because, as I said, there's a chasing pack coming for that second place, and if we slip, we're gonna slide. So Arsenal gets the job done 1-0. The other game at 9:30 this morning for me in the States now was Fulham hosting Tottenham at the Cottage, Craven Cottage. And two substitutes came on to get the winning goals. Rodrigo Muniz, fantasy, and Ryan Sessegnon getting goals in the 78th and 88th minute. Muniz a tidy finish inside the box before Sessegnon um, pouncing on a mistake by the defender on his weaker right foot, curling it around the keeper just a minute after coming onto the pitch. So what an introduction there. Both of them actually. Muniz took a little longer to get his goal, but he came off the bench, got a goal. Sessegnon did the same. So Marcus Silva can sleep well at night knowing that his changes affected the game. Spurs, toothless, Solanke, can't do nothing. The man get two big chances and miss both of them. Oh boy. Burnley had a big day. So did Anthony Robinson as usual. Pereira got the player of the match with his assist to Moniz. Son came on, did well second half, but wasn't enough. And, while Tottenham looked the more likely to score for most of that second half, once those substitutes came on, it looked like the tide started to shift and they were able to get 2 goals to give them a nice clean sheet victory at home going into the international break. Both teams at 0.97 and 0.95 for expected goals. They had both created 2 big chances. Solanke missing both of his teams, so not his finest day, as he wasn't able to get back into the. Wait, was Solanke in the? Solanke was in the England team, wasn't he? I think he was. Grandpa got to see her play the first league game, yeah. So he was still here when they played the first league game. Yeah. Yeah, he made the team. I can't believe he made the team based on him just coming back and everything. But I think that more has to do with like style of play. Because Solanke is very good at link-up play, to be honest. Maybe he's kind of knowing like a lot of his goals are going to come from wide. He don't necessarily need. I mean, look, he wants his forward to score goals, I'm sure. But the way his style, he might like Solanke's style a bit more for the team, I guess. Remember, watch a few video and tell me thought on player and if he good replacement for Partey. Yeah, man. Pastor, no clue at it again. Edge Tony, not Watkins. Wow. Yeah, so that's a style thing then. Because I do think that Watkins and Solanke have a different style from each other. I think even Unai, if he could, he would change his striker from Watkins, Which sound crazy, because Watkins has done well for him, but I feel like he would if he could get a different style of striker too. That could give him the goals as well. So this is the stats from today. Both teams 4 shots on target. Big chances missed both by Solanke. 1 missed by Fulham. 1 scored. Touches in the area pretty even, 27 to 26. Final third entries though, Fulham had more, 64 to 42. Duels, Fulham having the edge there. Recoveries, Fulham having more of those. Both teams made an error leading to a shot. Vicario not nearly as good as Leno in the goal. And Vicario really has been really good since he's been back from injury, but this is the first kind of below average performance for him, and his team ended up going down 2-0 to Fulham. Fulham really needing a victory after a couple of weeks where maybe they haven't been able to fulfill what they really want to do. Leicester, you're going down, my friends. Leicester went down 3-0 at the King Power today. Goals from Hoyland. Wow, I repeat, goals from Hoyland, Garnacho, and Bruno Fernandes. Again, big performance. He's been having these every week now for the last few. 9.7, 2 assists, 1 goal. Definitely had his fingerprint all over this one. Best player on the park by some distance. Big shout out to the Arsenal Academy graduate as well. Aiden Heaven, I thought was really good until he had to come off in the second half. But yeah, Leicester City just don't have it. I mean, he's been trying this. Basically, he's been trying the Ruben Amorim system the last few weeks. He keeps playing Patson Daka here. I don't know why. El Canus, I think it fits him to play this kind of role, but Daka, I don't think it makes sense. You have Bonanate, who was poor off the bench, but he's perfect for that role. Even Bobby Reed would be good for that role. Any of these other players, AU, any of them, I just don't see Daka as that. I think Daka needs to play the main striker in this system if he's going to play. But what do I know? I'm just a YouTube coach. But yeah, Leicester, I don't know. Even the greatest coach, I think, would struggle. They just don't quite have enough. The defense is leaky, shaky. Even the first goal Holland scored today, Fass is there. He never stops the angle. He just keeps running back into his box. I'm like, bro, do something. But I guess he's figuring, let him shoot because he hasn't scored in forever. But it was a tidy finish by Hoyland before Garnacho had another tidy finish in the second half, beating the keeper near post, and then brilliant finish by Bruno after good work by Dallo, cutting it back to the top of the box. And we've seen that finish from Bruno many times, sweeping finish, curling away from the keeper into the post, side netting, good execution there. So 3-0 to Man United, one of the better days under the manager, Ruben Amorim. They definitely were good value for this win as well. One big chance was mustered by Leicester. Of course, it wasn't converted. Leicester had 3 big chances. What? When did that happen? So who miss a chance then? Bilal. I'll be honest, people. I never watched the second half of this game because the Atletico Barca game was hot and I had to watch it. So maybe I missed the good part of Leicester game, but the first half, Leicester wasn't doing nothing. Every time them look like do something, United defense just stop it. But Patson Daka need to strike and stop this foolishness. Vardy missed 2 of them. Jaja. I'm gonna have to miss the other one. Bobby Reed didn't see the pitch. Yes, the coach Rude know that he's out to play a bag of minutes for Jamaica. So yeah, man, let him rest, coach. Let him rest. So that was all 8 fixtures, people. We had a bonus fixture. So let's take a look at the bonus fixture. Liverpool. They had a match today, people. It was the EFL Cup Final, the Carabao Cup Final. Not unbelievable, but a big win for Newcastle, first trophy since 1969, people. First trophy since 1969. So generations have seen this club play football and not win a thing. They pulled it off today at Wembley. 2-1 victory. They were up 2-0. Goes either side of halftime. Dan Burn with a big time header in the first half, and then Isak after a nice knockdown header from Murphy at the back post. Isak was able to finish. Isak also had a missed big chance as well. Some other goal mouth action he wasn't able to finish off, but he was a threat today for sure. I thought Murphy was good. I thought Barnes was good. I thought all three midfielders were good. I know Tonali's score isn't that great, but I thought they were all good. Um, Joe Linton and Bruno and Tonali, for that matter, living on the edge in terms of fouls. The referee, tried to let the game flow for the most part. Didn't really book a lot of players, but definitely some professional fouls were in use by the Newcastle team today. Trippier, I thought, was strong at right back, even though I think he's a dirty player. Shar and Byrne held their own as well. Byrne, of course, getting the player of the match. And I thought Livramento was really good at left back too, filling in for Lewis Hall. So, yeah, good work. I think it was what, two at 2-0. Curtis Jones came on and Pope made a huge save. And I thought that save right there really made the difference. I think if Liverpool scored that first goal so early and not when they did, which that goal came, after well into injury time, 90+4 after a long check. Federico Chiesa came off the bench and was very lively actually. Makes me wonder why we haven't seen him since Gakpo has been out of late. And even Gakpo, since he's been back, does not look like the Gakpo before he got injured. So maybe when they get back from international break, Slot will realize that Chiesa needs to get some time. Jota has been out of form. Nunes has been out of form. Um, Gakpo just coming back from injury hasn't found his form, and Chiesa hasn't really gotten many chances this year, but looked very, very lively today, I must say, in his substitute appearance. Even without the goal, he was playing well. Um, Nunes came on and was ineffective. Gakpo came on and was ineffective. All the other subs I thought were positive for Liverpool today, but I think the starting lineup wasn't good enough. I think McAllister had one of his weaker games today. Gravenberg was okay, but just not as influential as normal. Soboslai was really quiet today as well. But I think a lot of that was just down to the tactics by Eddie Howe. The work rate displayed by the two wide players and the three midfielders was immense. And Isak, who's not really known so much for the work rate, more so for scoring goals, setting up goals, I thought his work rate was really good too. So you could definitely tell that one of these teams had exertions in midweek, playing extra time, going to penalties, the emotional tax that would have brought as well. Newcastle was with their feet up, chilling, waiting for this game, preparing. And that difference definitely told. And I think when you look at the stats as well, you'll probably see that. So ball possession was always going to go to Liverpool's side. Newcastle was only going to care about what they did with the ball in transition moments. 3 big chances to 2, the edge to Newcastle. They had 10 more shots did Newcastle, 4 saves for Keller, only 1 made by Pope, and it was a brilliant one as well at that. Newcastle had 5 more corners. Of course, the passing edge would go to Liverpool with the more possession. 2 yellows to Newcastle, 1 to Liverpool. Shots on target 6-2, so in favor of Newcastle there as well. Don't know why they're not giving me any expected goals here. It's not nice of them. 3 off target, okay. Let's see. Big chances scored 1 and 1, but 1 big chance missed for Liverpool and 2 big chances missed for Newcastle. Newcastle had 9 more touches in the penalty area. Pretty even distribution of where the ball was in the game. Over 200 more accurate passes in the game for Liverpool. The final third entry is not so far apart though, 61-43. Let's see, duels, Newcastle, more energy, 1 more duels. Much more aerials, dominated in the air. Also, ground duels did better as well. Defensively, recovery is pretty even. More interceptions for Newcastle, more tackles for Newcastle. Overall, I just think they had the better energy. Liverpool's big guns didn't really show up today. They didn't have any Conor Bradley, no Trent. Kwanzaa had to play. I don't think he covered himself in glory. He was recently called up as well to England's team, I believe. But yeah, Salah, for long stretches, he didn't even know he was playing. Only had 23 touches in the entire game. Definitely much below what you'd usually see. Only had one dribble, was successful. Went into two duels, won them both. So with more chances, more time on the ball, maybe he would have affected the game more. But 23 touches for Mo Salah is not enough. Um, so yeah, just the better team won on the day, for being honest. Newcastle definitely deserved the win. They were the hungrier team, the better team. They were more clinical in front of goal. They made better runs when they attacked. Every aspect of the game, I think they did deserve the win. So kudos to them. A long trophy drought, and they finally got over. So yeah. Somebody said, does this mean anything for the league? Somebody asked me earlier, does this mean anything for the league? And I said, well, I don't really think so, because I don't really think so. Solanke pressing, I get that. He's a mad presser. Yeah. Duke, relax. It's another year that move up, man. Couldn't hold Barca to a draw. No, they couldn't. That was a crazy game, man. Yeah, Dan Burn had powerful upon that play there. Newcastle looks like the team that wants to win more than Liverpool. I said the same thing. My cousin, big Liverpool fan, kept cussing the ref, cussing the ref. I said, brother, the ref can't tackle people for you. The ref can't make on a sprint. The ref can't make on a track back. The ref can't do none of those things. So yes, in your mind, as every fan watching a game, think the ref is against their team, but your team has to run, bro. It's the history of Liverpool. Is it me or every season Liverpool look to win multiple trophies until their fans talk about a quadruple? I don't think so. They'll be fine. It doesn't, because Arsenal are the challengers. Yeah, no, it's too far, man. 12 points is too much. Like, even if they go through a blip and lose two Premier League games, even if we win both, we're still 6 points behind them. So it's just too far. If it was 7 or 6, knowing that we play them, and I would say maybe, but it's too far, bro. It's too far. I would love to be surprised, but nah, I don't think so. I think it's a wrap. Salah no run back, none at all. Kwanzaa on an island over there. Bring on Craft. At one point, me see, I just one defender me see back there for Liverpool at the end of the game. I say, oh, the man ain't easy. So yeah, big trophy win, man. Big trophy win for Newcastle. Dan Burn, Bruno got to lift the trophy. Him and Trippier as the team captains. So yeah, a great moment. Anyhow, I said earlier with that stat, the last English-born manager to win the League Cup was in 2004. He was coaching Middlesbrough at the time. Can anybody in the chat, let me know who that coach was? Reggae Boys fans should know. Let me know in the chat which who was the last England coach to win the League Cup in England. Where's a Poola lose 5? Wow. So them have what? Them have 9-game leave. You said them will lose 5. But if we have 9-game leave, if we can win 8 of the 9, somehow, what a pass. And them lose 5, 24, 12, then we would have tied. It's McLaren, yep. That's a fact. Yeah, exactly, Nitro. Uncle Steve. But I say I make sure I lose six if then lose five. My gosh. Chile you too wicked man. When I lose no six out of them nine they mad. All with no striker. I keep about five clean sheet out of them game there. Can't lose if we keep a clean sheet. Alright, so Liverpool Newcastle. Good final. Very entertaining game I thought. Newcastle definitely the deserved winners if you ask me. And even the most biased Liverpool fan would have tell you the same. So Liverpool, you can't win them all. And you're definitely not going to win a quadruple now. Well, we knew that from this week, but yeah, two competitions out of in a week. One was at the finals, one at the round of 16. But those are two trophies that he will not be getting this season. Arne Slot and Liverpool. But congrats again to Eddie Howe and Newcastle. You guys dealt with my team like some babies in the semi-final and didn't quite deal with Liverpool as bad, but definitely were deserved winners of this final today. So big up on yourselves, people. All right. So we have reached to one of the more exciting times of the program, I think. And this is when we do the big reveal to show who did what in the standings for the week. So it would help if I actually had it ready. So let me bring that here and bring this here as well. All right, so we have week 29, JGTV, EPL. So let's get this up on screen. Drum roll, please. Brrr. Oh, Float Management is the champion for the week, people, with a 7-2 record. This guy had three games correct. Very good picking this week by Float. He had the Everton West Ham 1-all, the 2-1 Wolves over Southampton, and the 2-1 Brentford over Bournemouth. He did go with a Liverpool win, but up until today, only had one loss. His only wrong score was Brighton 2-1 over Manchester City. So Float Management, very good job. Usually it's 10 games we're picking, but 7-2 with 3 games correct. One of the better win percentages of all seasons. So big up yourself, Float Management. As you can see, it was a tight race for the title this week. I was at 6-3, Moss Sports World 6-3, and Pristine 6-3 with 2 correct scores. Big up, big up, big up, big up, coach. Never see it this week for do your scores, but you don't know. It would have hard for beat Float Management. Float Management went 7-2 with 3 correct. Hot Chili as well, 6-3, Red Skull 6-3, but the tiebreaker, Pristine Mass and myself had 2 games correctly. Everton, West Ham, Wolves, Southampton, I also had correct. Mass had Everton, West Ham, Man City, Brighton, 2-all. Hot Chili got the 2-1 Wolves as well. And Pristine 2 was Brentford, Bournemouth, and Arsenal 1-0 over Chelsea. So that was all the top getters there. Duke and Christopher Wright, you were trying your best to be donkey of the week, but there could only be one this week, people. And it was one of the more deserving ones, I would say, when you look at the record. And he basically predicted this early on in the show. So big up yourself to Nitro. You know how it go. You get the hee-haw this week. 1-8 with no correct scores. To be fair to Nitro people, I never got a score for his Liverpool game. So I had to by default to give him a wrong. So he could have went 2-7, but I didn't feel bad giving him the wrong one because 2-7 would have still had him as the donkey of the week for the week. So Nitro, you worked hard for it, my friend. Um, some people don't like to be the donkey of the week, but use this as motivation, Nitro, so it doesn't happen again. I remember, I think Red Skull got it the next week. He was the champion. So hopefully you can do something similar. Yes. But Nitro, big up yourself as usual. Someone that usually take part in the game. So I really do appreciate the support. And it just had to be someone. And this week it was deserved to be you. All right, Nitro, but big up yourself. You get the hee-haw donkey of the week. All right, people. So that is the donkey of the week and the champion. Once again, big up to float management for a big week. And I don't even know if I should say small up, what I should say, but Nitro up. You are donkey of the week and you get a big hee-haw. So, people, the next thing that I would like to do before we check out for the night is just have a look at the fantasy and how that went this week. All right, so as you know, I'm in one league in fantasy. It's the I Am Sure Sports League. So big up to Manning's Man and the I Am Sure Sports crew. Um, as I said, I tried some madness this week. I didn't really think it would work. Somehow I am still in third, so that's good. And somehow I got 56 points this week. Don't know how, up to this day, I don't know how I did that. Um, I did make 4 transfers, so I got minus 12. So really and truly, I got 44. But this was how I got the 56. Raya, Gabriel, and Milenkovic gave me 22 points. Fass and Vandenberg really are just there because I couldn't transfer everybody. I didn't want to use my wild card yet because we have the double game weeks coming up. Gibbs White, Dango, and Semenyo, I didn't want both of these to play, but again, I didn't want to go crazy and just transfer everybody and get all those cost points off. Luckily, I wish I had captain Strand Larson or Wissa or Milenkovic for that matter, but I captain Wood and Wood got 2 points, so only 4. But Wissa and Strand Larson did something, thankfully, to give me 21 more points. So 56 points minus the 12. That is how I got to where I got to. So yeah, that is where I'm at. I'm still in third position, but it's not looking good, people. Badaman has now moved to about 100-point lead over me, 118 to be exact. And even Biggs G has extended, well, not extended, but has gotten a sizable lead over me now for second. Still have Demo a little bit behind me, but I'm a bit weary. Coming up to the crunch time of the season here, he probably has all his chips saved and all this stuff because, he also did 3 transfers this week, so he was panicking as well. But yeah, Biggs G only did 1 transfer and still got a nice return out of his players. So he had his team set up pretty well, ready for this. Badaman didn't even make a transfer, and he had everybody on his team playing games. So he didn't have any Newcastle people. So he was just ready for this. Oh, he played a wild card. Okay, that makes sense. Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know what he has left, but if he don't have a free hit and some other things, then I'm not going to take advantage. So let me just be quiet and just start to reel them in. If Arsenal can do it, I can do it, people. I want to say 118 points, 9 weeks to go. Yeah, man. Have a chance, people. All right, so let's check in with the fantasy draft leagues that I'm in. Still have a nice lead in both, I think. Yeah, this one I'm up by 100 and odd. Only got 21 this week, but of course, not being able to just make transfers, you're kind of stuck with what you have on your team in the fantasy draft. Each team only has the player one time. So the player can only be used by one player in the league. So I have Salah on my team. Of course, I wasn't going to drop Salah so someone can pick him up next week. So I had to just leave Salah in the team. Same goes for my bench players. Palace didn't play, Liverpool didn't play, Newcastle didn't play. I have Palace players, I have Liverpool players. Didn't think I wanted to get rid of them due to the fact that they're going to play games at some point. So I just wanted to keep them. Moniz scored a goal for me, which I was thankful for because that did something. And Gabriel got a clean sheet and got a yellow card. So that's that. Verbruggen conceded 2 goals and got a yellow, so he got a 0. Henderson probably would have started if he was playing, but he wasn't. And Cunha, I haven't gotten rid of because, strikers are not easy to get in a 8-9 person draft league. They go pretty fast. So even though he's suspended, I still have him. That's one league. The other league that I'm in with my family members mostly. This one I also have. Oh, this lead is even bigger. I got 20 in this one, so pretty consistent. Raya, Semedo, Collins, Hudson-Odoi, clean sheet bonus. Solanke and Evan Nielsen did nothing. Solanke could have had 2 goals, but wasn't meant to be. So yeah, that's pretty much it, people. FPL check. Went through the Premier League games. All right, before we leave though, let's just check back in with the table and see where everybody is right now after week 29. So every team would have played 29 games. Southampton on 9 points. I believe that is the record for the lowest after 29, if I'm not mistaken. Leicester and Ipswich both on 17, getting further and further away from any chance of staying in this Premier League. Wolves extending their gap from the relegation zone to 9 points now with that win over Southampton. West Ham on 34 points, on the same points as Everton and Tottenham, but Everton -4, Tottenham +12, West Ham -16, and that makes the difference and puts them in 16th, and Everton in 15th, Tottenham in 14th. Man U with the victory gets off the 34-point mark up to 37 points now. 3-0 victory, but they're still at -3 goal difference. That's crazy. Only 37 goals scored this season. Poor from them. But 3 today, so maybe they can hit a new trend of scoring more in these matches. They're up to 13th position. Good job for Man U and their fans. 12th position, Crystal Palace, 39 points. Um, Obviously, they are on 28 games, so they're the only team, as well as Newcastle, that would have played one less game. I think Villa and Liverpool already have that game that they were due to have in hand played. So they were on 29 while everyone else was on 28. So I think Crystal Palace and Newcastle are the only teams that actually are on 28 points. But Crystal Palace on 39 points now, in 12th. They fell behind Brentford, who got the win in their inactivity. So they went from 38 to 41, pushing. So they switched places this week. Brentford on 41 in 11th. Bournemouth seems stuck on this 44 point, 43, 42, right around there. They are now in 10th position after being all the way up to, I think, 5th some weeks ago. Aston Villa are in 9th. Their inactivity did cost them a little bit as Fulham jumped over Bournemouth and Villa to get to 45 points, now in 8th. Villa in 9th and Bournemouth in 10th, all separated by just a point. Then in 7th, we have Brighton on 47 points after their draw with City. Newcastle, the other team with one less game played, they are now on 47 points as well, but have a better goal difference than Brighton, so they are in 6th position. Man City just one clear of Newcastle. Newcastle, of course, with that game in hand, can jump over them with it. Right now, City on 48 points in 5th. Chelsea on 49 points. Just getting reeled in by all these teams here. Fulham only 4 points off of 4th place Chelsea now. Chelsea need to get their act together if they want to stay in these Champions League places. Nottingham Forest looking the most likely to be ready to set themselves up to be in this top 4, top 5 race. They are now on 54 points from 29. Arsenal on 58 points, getting closer and closer to that 60-point mark. Took too long to get there as far as I'm concerned. 10 draws, too many on the season. That last column not looking terrible, 3. But if they could have converted half of those 10 draws to wins, boy, would this title race be looking different right now. Liverpool only 1 loss, 7 draws, 21 wins though, and that's why they have a 12-point lead after 29 played. Leading goal scoring team in the league, and not too far off the least goals conceded in the league. Definitely the most consistent team this season, and just a team that has been very, very hard to beat in the league. Nottingham Forest proving to be the only one able to do it this season. So Liverpool in the driver's seat, 12-point gap. Yes, they have had one of the toughest weeks of the season. Sludge facing a bit of reality, dumped out the Champions League at home, losing the EFL Carabao Cup today at Wembley to Newcastle. But they do still have the league to play for, and they do still have the FA Cup as well. I think, if I'm not mistaken, did they lose in the FA Cup? Well, they lost in the FA Cup, didn't they? Let me see. Yeah, they lost in the FA Cup. So yeah. So they just have the Premier League left to focus on. Um, Starting April 2nd. Basically they have what, 9 more games to play. And once those 9 games are completed, they should be crowning themselves Premier League champions. Who knows, if they get the right run of results, they probably will be crowned as such before then even. So that's pretty much it, people. If unless there's anything else you guys want to discuss before we head out. I did watch the. Actually, yeah, let me do this. Um, Damn, was I not even showing you guys this the whole time? Arsenal has the same chance as Southampton. Bad mind CC. Only 1-0, man. And Bill. They can't do it. So yeah, let's check in with La Liga and the other top fives just to see, since we're going into our international break here. Let's see. So I have La Liga. I don't know if anybody else did, but I watched that Barcelona match up with Atletico Madrid today. What a game that was. What a game that was. Atletico, Jano Star. I don't even know. I guess you can call them salt. But boy. So they have had a rough week. So they lost the first leg 2-1. They lost to Getafe in a shock loss in La Liga last week. Then they beat Real Madrid, which sends that game to extra time, and then penalties. They lose on penalties due to a crazy call, which was probably the right call, but just unprecedented. And then we have them falling today to Atletico. Them losing today to Atletico Madrid. Yo, they scored another goal too. Jano, we never even know it reached 4-2. Jaja. So yeah, this game was mad. I mean, it looked like Atletico was the better team in the first half to me. They had their plan, they were up 1-0, and then Barca came out second half and was dominating, creating, have the ball, have the territory. They score against the runner play to make it 2-0, and it's like, all right, this must be Atletico Madrid day. And then that's why you need a big striker, because right when Barcelona looking like they must be running out of ideas, Lewandowski pop up with a goal and the whole game change. So yeah, big fight shown by Barca. That's 5 wins on the bounce now in the league. After they were looking like they were falling a bit off the pace of the Madrid clubs, they have turned that around quickly, and now they go into the international break with the advantage. It is head to head in La Liga is the first tiebreaker, and of course Barca has the edge over Madrid this year so far. So they are at 60 points as well with a game in hand. Don't forget. So they could easily have a 3-point gap once they play that game. Atletico Madrid now will be praying that Barcelona can, not get full points in that game in hand, because they would then end up 7 points back, which might prove to be insurmountable for them. Only good thing, I guess, for Atletico, they would have won once and lost once to Barcelona in this season. So, yeah, that tiebreaker, I guess, but nobody's gonna beat the 75 goals scored and the goal difference of Barcelona if they go to that as the next tiebreaker. So Barca in the driver's seat, to be honest. I think they have beaten Madrid. Have they played Real Madrid twice and beaten them twice in the league? Sometimes I get mixed up with all the Super Cups and the this and the that them playing. So I know them beat them in the Super Cup 5-2, and then they played them again in the league like not so long ago, right? Or what was it? No, they haven't played Real recently. When did they play Real? Okay, so they beat them 4-0 in the first one. I remember that. So maybe them don't play them again yet in the league. Don't think them play them yet then. It's probably coming up after the next break. Yeah, so it's right at the end of the season, May 11th. That could come down to the title right there, people. So yeah, La Liga hot, people. La Liga hot. Not dead like the Premier League this year in terms of the title. Serie A, same thing. Inter 3 point gap over Napoli. Napoli drew, Atalanta played Inter, and Inter beat them. So they raised the gap there. Juve with 2 straight losses drop out the top four. Bologna on a tear, then win 4 in a row to get back into the top four now. And Lazio been struggling, only one winning five. Roma on a tear as well, winning 5 in a row. They want to get into this top four conversation, and they're not far off, just 4 points off Bologna there. Inter looking like they're finding their feet at the right time going into the home stretch of the season, so they'll feel good going into the international break. But again, another league with a nice title race going. I think the Bundesliga is looking a little bit more like the English Premier League this year. Bayern, oh, okay, it's cut down to 6 now. Bayern with a loss and a draw in their last 2 fixtures, opening the door slightly. Of course, they only play 34 games here, so they have 8 games left. So 6 is a bit much probably to make up, but stranger things have happened. Bayern, will be focused a lot on that Champions League as well. So we'll see how that plays into the ending of their season. But yeah, Bundesliga 6 point gap, and then let's check League. Oh, PSG defeating Marseille today to make that a 19 point gap. So this is really the most done of all of them. Even though I think England's is done too. But yeah, this one is, this one might even be mathematically done. No, not yet. 19 points, 24 points left to play for. So I would say another week, maybe 2. Then yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much over, even mathematically there. Yeah, 3-1 this one ended up today. Saw Greenwood didn't start. Let's see if he was brought on or they just never bother. Okay, they did bring him on in the 63rd minute. This was another one that beat the dust to the Barcelona game. That game was too good, man. I couldn't change from it. So yeah, PSG taking home that one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't know if you guys knew, but Inter Miami was playing right when I was starting the show. I saw them get the late winner, the Haitian, Fafa Pico, scoring late to give them a 2-1 win. Close to my backyard here in Georgia, in Atlanta. Yeah, 89th minute after Messi had scored the first goal in the first half. So Messi racking up another player of the match. 8.9 his rating was today on SofaScore. And Miami's continues their unbeaten start to the season. 1 draw, 3 wins. Second place in the major table. Of course, you know that it's broken down by conference. So they're first in the conference. Philly suffering their first loss of the weekend. So tough loss for Andre and the boys over there. They lost to Nashville 3-1. Red card as well. Quinn Sullivan miss. Blakey. Oh, also, I saw that this was a rare occurrence. Damian Lowe team won a game. He had an own goal, but his team ended up coming back and winning 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, 2-1. And the goals came super late. Both of them in injury time. So quite a shock win. And this was over Ivan Toney's team. Ivan Toney should have had them win the game about 5-1. But yeah, he decided to miss a hat-trick of chances on the day. But Damian Lowe, even with an own goal, got a 6.9. So he put in some work as well. Hard luck on the own goal, but he definitely turned it around. Wasn't dribble pass, 11 clearance, 1 block shot, 1 interception, 1 tackle. So yeah, he did his thing. Decent passing accuracy, only went long 6 times. So yeah, he's had some personal reasons, so he won't be in the team. But yeah, his team won a game, so they have a chance. They don't must get relegated. For a while, it was looking like a Southampton situation for them, but it looks like yeah, it's decent. Yeah, I see they play in May, first week in May. Yeah, it's a second week, May 11th. Inter going to win the league. Yeah, I agree. I think Atalanta had to get something today at home against them, and they weren't able to. So I think that pretty much will do it. Inter have the experience now in the Serie A to get it done. So yeah, we have the international break coming up, people. So you don't know on Jason Gooner TV, this doesn't mean that there's a break going on. Of course, you know we cover the EPL every week, but we also are huge Jamaica football fans, and you know that Jamaica will have a two leg tie versus St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Vincy Heat, on the 21st, which is Friday, and also the 25th back in Jamaica, which is Tuesday. So just stay tuned to Jason Gooner TV. Make sure you turn the bell notifications on. You know, anytime we have games, you're going to see certain content from this channel, one of which will be the tactical preview. So I'll be working on doing some scouting on St. Vincent, their most recent games. Um, try to see if I can get some footage of their recent games versus Grenada, and also go back to their last competitive fixtures as well, just to see if there's any difference in style of play. Sometimes when you're playing a friendly, it might not be the truest reflection of what the team is about. So because of that, I'll be looking at a few other games as well. Try to get Ezra Hendrickson's tactics and style, so that when we do this tactical preview, I can show you guys some ways I think Jamaica can hurt them. And of course, we'll be doing the same for Jamaica as well, revisiting some Jamaica fixtures just so I can, harken my mind back to certain things that I would have seen in the past. Try to pick up patterns out of McLaren style as well. Just gaining more knowledge so that the tactical preview show actually is worth it to watch. Yeah, people. So if you have ever seen any of those shows that I've done, you know that we usually get a tactical pad on screen, move the players around, show you what formations we're looking to play in transition, how it's going to look, and things of that nature. So definitely, if you're into the tactic side of things, look out for that tactical preview show. Definitely will be forwarding sometime before the match. Typically, I like to do that show a little bit before, closer to when the game is coming, because with these squads, there's always last minute adjustments and pullouts and all these things. So don't want to load up the team just to find out that five of the people I thought were in the team aren't. So we're just gonna wait until we get full clarity on the 23 names that will be traveling to St. Vincent. Once we have that, then we will go ahead and bring that content to you. Also, in the build up to the show, we definitely will be talking about just looking at the squad in detail, talking about which players are really on form. Of course, whenever a squad is picked, it's very difficult not to think about the players that maybe deserve to be there as well. We know that 23 is a finite number, and you have to pick 23, but that doesn't mean that will always agree with the 23. And that is the same around the world. We see in England, they're wondering how the heck Reece James is on the team. I've heard people wondering why Solanke is there. What does Gibbs White have to do to be there? I hear now that Palmer has pulled out and Gibbs White is in. So that's a good thing. So, yeah, there's always going to be debates. People are going to have their favorites. But I think the conversations can still be healthy as long as we all respect each other and just give our thoughts. So look out for those content at some point coming up. As I said, the match is on Friday. So we'll be, getting prepared for that by bringing you most of the content that you find on Jason Gooner TV, building into Reggae Boys and Reggae Girls matches, tactical preview show, squad breakdown show as well, just kind of highlighting what the players who have been chosen have been up to, in case you're not familiar with any of the players selected and what their stats are looking like for the season. This is where you can find all that information, and we have the discussion. And of course, once we're talking about players, it's always easy to look for the ones who aren't there as well and try to figure out if they deserve to be there as well or not, right? And again, the tactical preview show will be forwarding sometime before the show. The match, I am probably thinking about Wednesday for the tactical preview show, and probably, if not tomorrow night, then Tuesday night we'll do that live interactive show. Maybe we'll open up the phone lines as well so people can talk about players, or maybe just drop the link or something, just to have a bit of a panel discussion about the players in the squad in detail as well, looking at the stats and all that stuff. Yeah, man. So you don't know, people. I have been trying to be more present and visible in the YouTube space, whether it's on my channel or giving strength to other channels that maybe interest me that I'd like to talk on as well. So if you see me making the rounds, people, it's just my way of making sure that I stay aware of everything. I never thought or felt like I knew it all. So I know that, I can learn from anywhere. So sometimes, maybe it might be a lot of things you have to listen through before you get to that thing that you learn, but you never know. You can learn things from anywhere. So if I have the time, I usually listen to most of the programs and give my thoughts if I have the time to share my thoughts. And I don't think that will change no matter what's going on with me, because um yeah, I just that's the way I came in, and I'm not gonna change now because I'm actually creating content too. So um yeah, when I have the time, as I said, you'll see me on various shows, giving my thoughts, giving my takes, whether in the comment section or on the stream itself, and that will continue. But really, I just want to say thanks again to all the supporters, all the members, all the people that have subscribed lately. I have been gaining some more subscribers of late. Definitely, people are seeing the work I'm putting in and appreciating it as well. So I really, really do appreciate that, because it's not, I don't really consider this work, but at the end of the day, it is time. Time is valuable. So I'm just glad that it's being recognized by a lot more people now. And I think the good thing is what I set out to do on this channel, which was um, look at things from a statistical, analytical point of view. Um, I love the fact that people know, okay, we want a breakdown of the game, or we want to hear a take on a player, or and they're looking and saying, okay, this is a person that I at least can listen to their opinion on it. We may not always agree, which is why I even started a channel in the first place, because I love debating about football and things of this nature. But um, I just love the fact that people know when they come here, they're gonna get conversation that's rooted in some kind of data, right? Whether it's statistical, whether it's eye test, whether I watch the game and I'm just giving a take on it. That's really what this channel is built on, and I love the fact that I'm gaining a reputation as someone that you can come to and get a solid breakdown of a player or a game, because that was really the purpose. So I love the fact that what I set out to do is what is happening, and just look for it to continue. And just I know that this will grow the more I do it and the more I get comfortable in the space, and just with technology in itself and the little things you can do to make your videos get more visibility. One thing I need to do for sure, I always do live content for the most part. I definitely need to dive into the 8 to 12 minute video, because there are takes from things that happen that I have, and I wait to just put it in my live content, which it's 2 hours for the most part. That is the way that you know, as I have found, that is the best way to get visibility on your longer videos. If you can get to that threshold, it definitely helps. So that's why most of the time I try to run it for at least 2 hours. Sometimes we don't quite get there, because at the end of the day, we don't want to just be on here just to be on for 2 hours either. We want to make sure that we have a show with 2 hours worth of content. So um, it's it's a balance you have to find. Sometimes you just don't have the energy to get there. Other times you do. But yeah, I have definitely enjoyed this journey. I think I'm just past a year now. Um, so yeah, just very thankful that I've even started the journey. Thankful that I've been able to, connect with so many of you people out there that love football like myself. And yeah, just looking forward to seeing this family continue to grow. But yeah, people, all those who tuned in for the entirety of the show, man like woman like Talawa, man like Pristine, Float Management, Hot Chili, Nitro, Red Skull, yeah man, all these guys and girls that really do show the support week to week. I greatly appreciate it. Duke always play the prediction. Coach missed this week, but Coach been an avid follower as well throughout the season. So yeah man, the names will continue to grow. And as we gain more names, people, that's how the family is going to grow. And yeah, we're never going to forget the the first season that we've gone through the EPL. It's only going to get better and better from here, people. So big up on yourself. Thanks so much for the support, people. You guys don't know how much it means. And again, I am Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV, and this was the EPL review show. Newcastle, congratulations again. Sorry, Liverpool, you can't win this time. Champ of the week, one more time, went to Float Management, and Donkey of the week, sad to say, our brethren, Nitro, took home the Hee Haw crown this week. But we'll be back with some more EPL content in a few weeks. But again, we're going to switch gears, turn our attention to the international scene and the Jamaica Reggae Boys. So look out for that content. As soon as those thumbnails are prepared, I will drop them. Try to do them early enough so you guys can start to like the videos from early. Maybe I'll put in the community tab or something so those of you can follow and see when it's coming. But I can tell you, look out for the live stream Friday night, tactical preview show either the day before the match day -2 or match day -1, and also a squad detail show coming either tomorrow or Tuesday, more than likely Tuesday, but we'll see. Could be tomorrow as well, just depends. But people, you don't know. Once again, Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV. And until next time, stay blessed, love your families, and yeah, man, keep on fighting the good fight. Big up on yourself and thanks again. Blessings, manners and respect.